Tribute for murdered rapper Nipsey Hussle turned into a stampede outside of his Hyde Park shop last night.
People from the community worked through the night to help sweep up the broken pieces of a memorial that was created in his honor. We have live team coverage this morning. CBS 2's Finnstrom has details on who police are looking for. But first, we go to CBS 2's Lesley Marin, who's live outside the shop with a look at what happened last night. Lesley.
Good morning, Suzanne and Peter. Well, overnight things did remain quiet, but that was not the case last night. Right around 8 p.m., 19 people hurt, 2 people in critical condition. Now this morning, LAPD still has the memorial site for Nipsey Hussle shut down. They say they plan to reopen it later this morning, but I want to get to cell phone video from when the chaos broke out.
Don't let this man die in vain. He did his blood, so we got to do it for him.
Well, you can hear people yelling and what sounds like glass breaking. Sky 2 was the only news chopper on scene as hundreds of people are seen frantically running from the memorial site. Right now, LAPD is still investigating what ignited the chaos, but people on scene did tell us a possible fight broke out and then a stampede. There were reports of a shooting, but police say overnight they found no evidence of that. In all, 19 people were hurt, mostly from being trampled. 2 people are in the hospital in critical condition this morning. 1 person was hit by a car and another had a traumatic penetrating wound. But I want to get to new video this morning that shows officers trying to help people who were hurt in that massive crowd. In this video, you can see officers tending to a man who was injured. They end up having to pull him away from the massive crowd. We don't know the extent of that man's injuries, but we do hope he is okay this morning. Now, we spoke to another man that was out here this morning who came to pay his respects to rapper Nipsey Hussle. After the chaos, here's what he had to say.
Even when we're together to mourn someone that did so much, we still got hate. We have enough tension going on, you know? So, I mean, the main message is, like, at the end of the day, we're all here to love, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Officers did have to give a dispersal order last night after that stampede erupted. We're told many people did comply with officers, but some people chose to stay, forcing officers to form a skirmish line to try to get the crowd out. At one point, LAPD says a few people did throw rocks and bottles at officers. At least 1 officer was hurt and 1 person was detained for disorderly conduct. Now, back out here live, you can still see one of the memorials set up for rapper Nipsey Hussle. We're told there's another one just on the side of the building, but it was the community that came out here. They brought brooms with them, garbage bags with them, and tried to clean up the hundreds of candles that were left behind. Much of the glass on the ground they cleaned up as well. We know LA Sanitation made their way out here this morning to clean up the area. LAPD tells us they hope to reopen the memorial site possibly around 8 or 9 this morning, but they are hoping that things will stay calm and safe today. They are expecting hundreds to show up. Again, they are possibly going to also be setting up some barricades. That's the latest from Hyde Park. Lesley Marin, back to you, Suzanne, Peter.
Thank you, Lesley. CBS 2's Finnstrom is live at LAPD headquarters in downtown LA this morning with the latest on this investigation. Cara.
Major development here, Suzanne. Police will be holding a news conference at about 8:30 this morning right here at headquarters, where they will be giving us more information about the man who they believe shot and killed Nipsey Hussle and wounded 2 other men. Let's get right to the photo they have already released. Police looking for 29-year-old Eric Holder from L.A. Detectives told the L.A. Times they think he had a dispute with Hussle before the shooting. They also said they think the gunman has gang ties, but that the motive was likely personal. Holder was last seen on Sunday fleeing in a white 4-door 2016 Chevy Cruze with this license plate number 7RJD742. It was driven by a woman who has not been identified. We've also got video to show you of Hussle. The artist and activist was set to meet with the chief of police the day after his death. He wanted to launch an anti-gang initiative. Hussle had been open about his past involvement in a gang as a teenager and said he wanted to invest in young people in his community. The LA Times reports the day of the shooting, Holder walked up to Hussle and the 2 other men in the parking lot of Hussle's store. They believe he then fired numerous shots. Our Dave Lopez asked Chief of Police Michael Moore yesterday about what kind of relationship detectives think Hussle might have had with the gunman.
You think the shooter knew him?
I believe so, yes.
Chief, why would he be a target, though? Any idea?
Our investigation will determine that, whether this was, what drove this senseless act.
And this is a freeze frame of security camera surveillance video that was obtained by TMZ. It shows at least 2 people running from the scene. We don't know if police are also looking for any other people who might have been involved. Suzanne, Peter, lots of questions still here, and hopefully we'll get some answers at that news conference, which again is set for 8:30 here this morning.